since you born. Then you live and die. So if tomorrow never comes, it comes at no surprise. Looking death into his eyes, yeah, I witness guys start to recognize, analyze their own demise. Some people wasting time, walking around hypnotized, blinded by success and breast, but can't identify what's real with fake because the money just intensify. Jealousy plus the hate that equals genocide. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Life on Diagonal. As always, I am your host, EJ Briz. If y'all hear any noise in the background, it's like pouring down rain. So just if y'all hear any noise, like what's all that noise in the background? I can't hear you and all that. It's raining. Um, let's let y'all know before I started recording. I just hit my heel on this table so hard. Man, I was limping around. It's just crazy. Um, as always, before I start, while you're here, also check out my other podcast with my co-host Still Biz Thought Ops. We just dropped a new episode 93 episodes on that. So go ahead and check that out. Also check out my clothing line, Healing Hyenas. You'll see me wearing different gear from time to time. I also have my Akron initiative, Life on Diagonal. If you watch the first episode, Diagonal Road is a street in Akron, Ohio. I grew up in Akron, Ohio, so I have initiative for 2025 to collaborate with, some people that were raised in Akron, born in Akron. I have 2 T-shirts I designed: Akron Raised, I believe, and City Love. That's crazy. I can't even remember T-shirts I designed. I just got my first picture back from one of the first people I asked to model my T-shirt, and it's crazy because not only that, they got a professional picture done too, which is dope because they're also into cars. So they wore my shirt while they had a professional photo shoot with their car. So that's dope. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Slim Dog. Um, he does music. He's a producer. Many accolades, many awards. So I really can't wait to post that. I'm gonna do a bio too with my with the people that I don't want to call them models because I don't know what I want to call them. I mean, they are modeling my shirt, so you know, um, but I just want to add a bio with the individuals, shed some light on what they do and them growing up Akron and being Akron raised in City Love. So today we're not gonna talk about nothing real, because these past few episodes have been kind of, I don't want to say gloomy, but they haven't been the best when it comes to being upbeat or uplifting. Um, so today I want to talk about, and this will probably be quick too. Does your quietness or something in your personality, does it bother other people? Um, with me, I have, I don't want to say I have many personality flaws. We all have personality flaws. Um, but I'm a very quiet person. Like when you see me talking on podcasts, on this podcast, on Thought Ops, doing clips for social media, that's probably the most I talk, other than with my son. I'm not a real big talker. I have always been a quiet person. I have always been an observant person. um it's always been like that since I was younger. If you watch one of my early episodes on Life on Diagonal, I give one of the reasons why I'm quiet like that. It's crazy because my mom, uh, she told me that she used to get scared when I was a baby, and she said she said that when I was a baby, it was hard for her to sleep because she would have to check to see if I was still alive because I didn't cry, I didn't really make any noise as a baby. So I guess that quietness has been in me ever since I was young. Also, growing up in a household, we grew up in a household where children are to be seen and not heard. So that goes along with it. Um, I'll go back to what I was saying about the past episode. Um, Growing up in certain neighborhoods, you was taught not to talk too much, not to say too much, not to let people know what was going on too much in your household or your personal life, because you really didn't talk about too much about what you had, because you didn't want people coming in your house, breaking in your house, taking what you had in your house, or um you don't know who in your family has beef with, you know, you know, s- stuff like that. Um, so I have always been quiet, and I have always been an observant person. But as I got older, and you start getting more access to people, you start getting more access to seeing things on the internet. You have a lot more access to books. There's a lot more things to read and learn about yourself. And it's crazy because the last few years I've been on this big energy kick. Maybe I've been on the energy kick when I was younger and just didn't know what to call it, because it wasn't a real big thing. But you got social media, you have people talking about energy, and you start realizing like, oh, that's what it was, it's energy. So a lot of times when people see me, I'm pretty quiet. I'm trying to feel a person out, try to see where they're coming from. I'm trying to see if my personality mesh with their personality. And I hate to throw hate to throw these numbers out here and throw a percentage out, but at least 96% of the time, I'm right about a person. Now the other 4%, I could be wrong, because there are some people with some eccentric personalities, and you really can't gauge them until you really get to talk to that person and get to know that person and understand where they coming from. So when I'm saying about uh understanding a person, engaging the person's personality, I think um at times people are maybe bothered by my quietness, is because people like to try to figure out people, and I'm a hard person to figure out. um so I think that bothers people because they try to figure me out and try to um understand me. And if I'm not too comfortable around people, I won't give people too much information about me. If you see me talking to somebody, I really have to have some type of um, comfort with that person, to be in a comfort zone with that person. Now, when I say I'm quiet, it doesn't mean that I'm rude, because I will speak to people when people pass. I will acknowledge people. Um, Now, you have some people that, you know, th- they'll see you at different places and they won't say anything, or they won't acknowledge you, but then they'll acknowledge you when you're around certain people, or especially with certain people with clout, and they'll see you with somebody with clout, and then they're like, oh, this person know this person, oh, they're worthy for me to talk to, let me speak to them and talk to them. And I think sometimes, quietness may come off as arrogance as well. I'm not an arrogant person. I'm a real humble person. I, I it's like when I'm quiet, I feel like I don't really know you, and I don't want to bother you. Especially in some spaces where I be at, because it seems like some people don't want to be bothered. Um, and I don't want to be, a pest or pesky or seem like I'm getting on the person's nerves. So I will have to wait to sometimes I will have to wait for a person to come up to talk to me, kind of warm up to that person and talk to that person. So I can see where people may see me and they see me quiet and they may think that I'm arrogant. If you know anything about my co-host, still, I'm gonna call him Terrence, man. I don't want to call him stage names and all that. Like my co-host, still, I'm an introverted person. He's a very big extroverted person, so he'll talk to anybody. And it's so funny when we are out at events doing something, especially podcasts and red carpet events. Um, Parties and stuff like that, he's talking to everybody. He's the one that he gets 98% of our guests on our show. So he's what is it? I can't even think of the word right now. That's crazy. Um that's crazy. I can't think of the word. It'll come, it'll come to me. I can't think of the word right now. Uh, what you do when you're interacting with people. I can't think of the word. That's wild. So he's doing that, and I'm watching him, but I'm the whole time I'm observing, so I know who came in the room, who came in the door, who left, what this person doing, what that other person doing, what's going on over here with this group of people, what's going on over here with this group of people. So I'm talking to him. I'm like, man, did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see? And he like, nah. I'm like, I don't know. We might have to, you know, uh, watch what's going on or whatever because this ain't looking right. This isn't looking right. So it's just like with me being quiet, I don't want to say it's a personality flaw. It's just part of my personality. I don't mean anything by it, and I don't mean any disrespect by it. Now, you do have people who do have bad energy, who do have bad attitudes, that my personality really don't mesh well with. And a lot of times I am quiet around those people because I don't want to get into an argument or an altercation with them people because I'm very respectful. But when it gets to a point where there's disrespect, um, I I don't want to take it there because once I get there, it's kind of hard for me to get down um, from that level. So I would just be quiet because I'm like, I don't want any type of altercation, especially in public. I'm too grown. Like if you watch my episodes about last, well, one of my earlier episodes about making better decisions. So, I want to make. I'm trying to make better decisions in my life. So in order, I don't want to do anything that'll put myself in jeopardy, put my freedom in jeopardy, have my son, growing up without a father or a father, like, so I don't want to deal with all that. I'm too old for that. Um, I'm getting more mature. I feel like with me, even though at a certain age, you are always learning yourself and maturing. So that's another reason why I'm quiet around people. I'm like, well, let me be quiet because you can see how people talk to other people, and it's like, well, let me be quiet because they try that with me. It's like I'm not going for it. So just let me be quiet and just go about my business. Um, so another thing. I know I'm into podcasting. I know that with podcasting, you have to be on social media, and this is weird to say, but I don't really like a lot of attention like that. Um, I do this stuff because I mean it's good to have conversations and talk and let people get to know you, but I also do this so I can help others. And you never know that when you're talking about something, um, that you actually been through or you're dealing with, how much other people how other people are actually dealing with the same thing. I have people that reach out to me privately all the time and like, man, I appreciate you, posting about mental health. I post a lot about mental health. That don't mean I deal with my mental health, but just because I post, because I have people ask me like, "Am I okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." It's just like I'm just giving people resources, or letting people know like, hey, you're not the only one to go through these type of things. Other people go through this stuff too. Uh, so I like podcasts and talking about my experiences in life in order to help somebody else. But other than that, I really don't like attention. I like being under the radar, and I found out that that bothers people too. That um, people want to try to get the. I feel like a lot of times people just want to try to get in your business to see what they can get to know about you, so they could gossip and talk and everything. And this is like, I'm not really that interesting of a person to talk about or gossip about. So I just pretty much try to um keep to myself. So, ending this episode, what have I learned? I learned that I will continue to be the person that I am. I will continue to be a quiet person until I warm up to you, get to know you, and talk, have the conversation, have fun. A lot of people say I look mean. Um, I don't try to look mean. I just guess I have a mean looking face. I'm a real cool person. I'm very respectful. When people speak to me, I instantly speak back. Um, so what I see, what I learned is, yeah, I'm just gonna continue to be me. Um, Continue to you know go through this life journey, just working on myself and let my quietness be a part of that. And what can I do better? I guess what I can do better with my quietness, or stuff like that. I don't know what I could do better. I think that is pretty much decent. I mean, people want to know. Hey, I'll just revert them back to this episode. People want to know, like, man, why are you so quiet? Here's here's why I'm so quiet. Go back to this episode of why I'm so quiet. So, I'm gonna end this. Is there anything in your personality or something that you as an individual that you feel that may bother others, but you're not intentionally trying to do anything? Leave it in the comments. We can have a conversation. It's something I can do better. Let me know, because I'm always willing to learn. Thank you. I appreciate you checking out this episode of Life on Diagonal. See, I told you it wasn't going to be that bad. Something, a little bit more positive, and, trying to learn about yourself and learn about other people. So until next time, peace.
Think about it. First you born, then you live and die. So if tomorrow never comes, it comes at no surprise. Looking death into his eyes, yeah, I witness guys start to recognize, analyze their own demise. Some people wasting time, walking around hypnotized, blinded by success, impressed